I don't care how good a person you are. I don't care how spiritual or religious you are. I don't care how smart you are, how rich you think you are. Every human being is going to go through extreme stress multiple times in their life. Everyone gets called on the journey. Most people try to resist it, but that journey, that's what the call is. It's a call to grow. So I'm big on change your story, change your life. And I'm big on understanding the narrative of where you are in the story of your life, because if you understand where you are, it gives context, it gives meaning. I love human beings, I hate suffering, and I love to see when somebody awakens to who they are. And we all are so much more than we ever perceive ourselves to be, but many times you don't discover that until you have to. I like to try and show people how to do it so they have to wait till life hits them. Anything you can imagine, we're all going to go through extreme stress in our lives, but how do you use stress or does stress use you? I see it as a blessing. I always try to help people say, how can you turn your worst day into your best day? That's when life is really magical. But you don't experience life. You experience the life you focus on. If you don't control your focus, you react. Is this the end or the beginning? Is this person dissing me? Are they challenging me? Are they coaching me? Are they loving me? And whatever meaning you give it produces emotion. And out of that emotion, you make the third decision, what am I going to do? I hate suffering. I've suffered myself, and so I hate to see anybody suffer. And so I'm unbelievably driven to end suffering where I can, to help anyone do that, whether it be hunger or emotional hunger or depression or sadness or relationship. Or when you get to the point where your old strategy doesn't work enough and you have enough pain, you will search for something new. Change is never a matter of ability. It's always a matter of strong enough reasons, of motive. If you got strong enough reasons, you can do just about anything. But people got to find what that is for themselves, because if you succeed and you're not fulfilled, what do you got? So my passion is to help people be fulfilled, not just achieve.
The first step to change is examining your thoughts, paying attention to how you speak and how you act, and look at these emotions that keep you connected to the past and finally decide, does this emotion belong in my future?
And it's so much easier to make the same choice every single day. And the hardest part about change is not making the same choice as you did the day before. And the moment you decide to make a different choice, you're going to feel uncomfortable because you're stepping from the known into the unknown. So some people would rather cling to their self-pity than take a chance and possibility. They'd rather tell the story of their past instead of telling the story of their future. They'd rather believe in their past instead of believe in their future.
We live in chronic disbelief. What if the truth was that you're greater than you think, more powerful than you know, more unlimited than you could ever dream? If that was the truth, that you are the creator of your life, if you believe that to be the truth, then you have to believe in yourself.
Unconsciously, we're always waiting for something out there in our life to change so that we can change or feel the relief of the lack of what we don't have. Probably a chronic disbelief that many of us have, that we're not creators of our life. Only when we get the parking space or something good happens to us do we believe that we're the creator of our life. But imagine a world where everybody actually took responsibility in being the creator of their life and no longer the victim of their life. I think we would see a dramatic shift in consciousness.
If we default and become the victim of our life, and we say that some person or some circumstance or some condition is causing me to feel this way and to think this way, the only person that's hurting those emotions is really you.
It is.
It really is. And if the answer is, well, you don't understand, I have a reason to feel this way, then you're not there.
You're not there.
You're not beyond your past. Because the stronger the emotion you have to some person or some past event, the more you pay attention to it. Where you place your attention is where you place your energy. So you're giving your power away, your life force. Living in fear and living in anger and living in hostility and hatred and judgment and resentment, that has nothing to do with your future. It has everything to do with the past.
The soul can't go to the next adventure if it's holding on to the past. The research shows that 50% of the story we tell in our past isn't even the truth. That means that people are reliving a miserable life they never even had. And they use the problems, they use the conditions in their life to reaffirm their addiction to that emotion. They need their enemy to feel hatred. And if their enemy died, they'd still feel hatred, or they'd find another one. They need the bad relationship, they need the bad job in order to feel, and that's why it's hard to change. The thought and the feeling is making the body become conditioned subconsciously into the past. And so now that becomes their state of being, and now they behave as if they're in their past, and they think as if they're in their past. And how you think, how you act, and how you feel is called your personality. And your personality creates your personal reality. That's it. That's it. So the present personality who's sitting here today called you is created the present personal reality called your life. That's the truth. Well, everybody has a story, right? The way we make memories is from emotions. So if you have an event in your life that's highly traumatic, just as an example, the moment you perceive that event in your life through your senses, the more the brain freezes a frame and takes a snapshot. And that's called the long-term memory. Every time they review the event in their mind, they're producing the same chemistry in their brain and body as if the event was occurring. So again, the body's reliving the trauma 50 to 100 times in the day, and now the trauma is no longer in the brain, the trauma is emotionally conditioned in the body, right? So if you say to the person, why are you so bitter? Why are you so sad? Why are you so unhappy? They'll say, I am this way because of this event that happened to me 10 years ago. Which what they're really saying is, after that event, I changed, and I have not been able to change since this event. And so the stories we tell about our past are only stories we tell when we feel those emotions. When does the story end? And I'm not certain that insight changes behavior. You could have a realization, or even from an exogenous drug, you can have a realization or an insight. But if you still can't function in your life, and you're still, you haven't connected with your wife, or, you're still dealing with trauma, it hasn't served you at all. Like, so the insight that your father was overbearing, or your mother was a perfectionist, or you were beaten as a kid, and that's why you're this way, it doesn't change the behavior. The only way you're going to free yourself from that person or from that past experience is for you to literally overcome the emotion. So, God, we've all had people do really horrible things, and we've probably done some horrible things to people as well. But I don't think you can free yourself or free them unless you decide that, love is going to be the thing that heals it. And forgiveness to me is just overcoming the emotion. That's it. Okay, overcome the emotion, you no longer have your attention on that person, you're calling energy back to you, and you're building your own field. And there's energy now to heal, there's energy now to create, there's energy now for the mystical experience. And the side effect of that is forgiveness. It's not something that you have to do, it's just something that automatically happens.
There's a liberation of energy. The heart opens up and the person feels completely different. Now that's when they see their past, and some of them say, I don't want to change one thing in my past. It's perfect. I would have never gotten to this moment unless I've been through all of this. One moment, their heart opens, and all of a sudden they see it all. They see their betrayers. They have nothing but forgiveness for them.
Wow.
Their body heals, their mind heals. They completely change. They have another opportunity in life. If you change, your life changes. And nothing changes in our life until we change.
And so you can't do that if you're feeling frustrated, or if you're feeling anger, if you're feeling resentment. You'll always hold a grudge. Your thoughts could make you sick. That's why it's hard to change. And then the question is, if your thoughts could make you sick, can your thoughts make you well? And we're actually discovering that that's absolutely possible.
Every time you have a thought, you make a chemical. And if you have a happy thought or think of something happy, you turn on a set of neurological networks in your brain that fire in a sequence, a pattern, a combination that makes you feel a certain way as you secrete a certain hormone. Okay, the moment you start to feel happy, the moment you start to feel joyful, your brain is checking in with your body saying, Chris, you're feeling pretty joyful. And so then the chemistry influences you to think more wonderful thoughts. But you could have thoughts that make you feel guilty, and you can turn on a different set of circuits in your brain to make you feel differently. The moment you feel miserable, the moment you feel victimized, the moment you feel suffering, the moment you feel pain, and you can't think greater than how you feel, the brain's checking in with the body and saying you're really miserable, and it generates more corresponding thoughts equal to that feeling. So it's thinking and feeling and feeling and thinking. This loop of thinking and feeling and feeling and thinking creates a state of being. And again,
You can become addicted to your own thoughts, and people become addicted to the life they don't even like. So in order to change, if you wanted to arrive at a new goal or new vision of your future, you'd have to change something about yourself in order to get there. And you'd have to change the way you think, the way you act, and the way you feel. I think in so many ways that a belief is an unconscious process. A belief is a thought you keep thinking over and over again until it's hardwired in your brain. And most beliefs are based on past experiences. And so many people have a belief about something that has to change in order for them to arrive at a new place in their life. There's 2 times the door to the subconscious mind opens up: when you wake up in the morning and when you go to bed at night. So those are really key times if you want to reprogram your subconscious mind. So it's important for us to, in the morning or the evening, instead of reaching for our cell phone and checking our texts and our WhatsApp and our Telegram and our social media and our Instagram and our Twitter, and they get connected to everything known in their life. Before you start that, try this out as an experiment. Before you start your day, instead of falling into that redundant habit, literally go inward and forget about your outer world. No longer think about anything out there. And if you were sitting there in silence, aware of nothing but you, and you said, okay, what is the greatest expression of myself I can be today? Let me think about how I do want to feel today. Let me open my heart to life again. Let me feel kindness and care and love and gratitude and appreciation. Let me bring up that feeling. Let me feel it with my heart. And ask yourself, can I stay in this state my entire day?
The greatest trick the devil ever played was making you believe that the pessimists are the good guys. Midwits hate earnestness and sincere conviction because they can't stand being reminded of the thing they're capable of but resist actually trying. People will try to put the same limitations on you that they put on themselves. Don't mistake their insecurities for your ceiling. Whatever you fear establishes the boundaries of your freedom. So if you're afraid of heights, you stay low. If you're afraid of people, you stay alone. In the moment, you have lots of fears and uncertainty, and that causes you to not enjoy stuff as much as you could. In the future, you are able to see all of the fears that you could have worried about. None of them, or one of them, came to pass. So you realize that all of your fears didn't need to be something to worry about, and all of the enjoyment, how you should have enjoyed it back then, was actually where you should have placed your time and your attention. The common feeling that your life has not begun, that your present reality is a mere prelude to some idyllic future. This idyll is a mirage that'll fade as you approach, revealing that the prelude you rushed through is in fact the one to your death. Do you know what the tasks that you didn't go for made other people think about you? Nothing. They don't think anything about you because you didn't try. The very thing that you were worried of happening is going to happen if you don't go for it. If your life was a movie and people were watching up to this point, what would the audience be screaming at the screen, telling you to do with your life? I'm certain that most capable people don't believe in themselves enough, and a lack of confidence killed more dreams than a lack of competence ever did. The idea that one day life's duties will be out of the way and that you can finally start doing the thing you want and living your life fully is a myth. I think it's a lie. There is a part of you that is going to experience and enjoy the past more than you did when you were going through it. In 3 generations, no one will even remember your name. And if that doesn't give you liberation to just drop your problems and find some joy, I don't know what will. My friend, explained that when he finds himself getting carried away by jealousy or frustration or anger, he asks a few questions. So the first one that he asks is, out of all of the emotions you could have chosen, why did you choose that one? And second question he asks is, and how's that working out for you? What has been the outcome of that emotion arising? Has it made your life, relationships, quality of mind better or worse? Life is inherently ridiculous and guaranteed to end sooner or later, so you might as well enjoy the ride.
I'll get to it tomorrow. I'm like, who promised you that? I'll get to it a month from now. I'm like, who promised you that? Right? Because life changes so quick. We live our lives and we feel as if we're promised something. You think about how many people woke up this morning thinking like, man, everything is gonna be great, and life changed, right? One day you wake up on top of the world, next day you wake up, world is on top of you.
There's a time for everything, and for everything you reap, there will you sow. There's a time to kill, there's a time to live, there's a time to plant, there's a time to gather.
All you ever have, all that you can ever experience is intrinsically linked with the present moment. It's inseparable from the present moment. Your entire life unfolds in and as the present moment. That's all there ever is.
I am completely driven by gratitude. Every true day that I don't get a text or phone call that somebody I love died or has terminal illness, I'm fucking pumped. And so please understand you have one life. Do something with it.
Listen to me, you're running out of time. You don't know how much time you have. You keep telling yourself you got time and watch what happens. Now, I'm gonna say it again. You are running out of time.
Morgan Housel's got this gorgeous story. He talks about how when him and his wife first got together before they were married, I think they were 23, 24, living in New York. They had no kids, no dependents. And he looks back and he said to his wife, that really was living, wasn't it? That really was the golden years. It's just so amazing. We used to lie in on a Sunday and we could go for lunch and do all the rest of it. His wife said, you were miserable. You hated it. You hated all of those things. And Morgan's realization was, in hindsight, you're able to see that the fears that captured you at the time were not worth having. But at the time, you have no certainty that those aren't salient. So what you see in retrospect is how you should have felt had you known what was going to occur.
The golden years seem to never happen in the present. It only seems to exist in hindsight.
Yeah.
Man, my grandmother died at 93, and a month later, my other grandmother died at 90. I didn't realize how quick life was. I'm like, my grandmother was 93. I spent 51 years with both of them. They're gone. It's over. I will never be able to talk to my grandmother again, and I'm next. So because life is short, I don't have time to focus on what's not. I've got to focus on what is, then get up and go do it.
At the end of the day, and you realize that what is life but to capture and bottle the good moments when you can get them, to really stop and to really enjoy those moments, because regret is a powerful thing. Truly, the gifts that have been given to me by starting at a young age, doing what I love, to be able to travel the world, make music that I love, to meet people from all over the world in all walks of life. But the thing that it took from me was a little bit of the slowness of the growth. It was hyperspeed, and it was always thinking about what hasn't happened yet or dwelling on what is already dead. There was very little time to think about what's here and very little time to bottle the goodness of what's right here.
These right now are the golden years. I think that it's quite likely when you look back that these times right now will be the ones that you cherish. So you should approach them with joy and care and presence, the requisite joy and care and presence. And I think most importantly, ignoring the cynics and the buzzkills. There's this idea from Packy McCormick, and he says, the greatest trick the devil ever played was making you believe that the pessimists are the good guys. Basically, just don't wait. Like, life is happening right now. It is there for you to enjoy. It is there for you to take. Delayed gratification in the extreme just results in no gratification. The sacrifice reward dynamic that you are used to is great in the micro and awful in the macro. It's not about waiting for personal growth to be over. It's not about waiting for something. Life is not happening in future. It is happening right now. And this is something that I need to permanently remind myself of on a minute by minute basis.
If you go to a nursing home, you will find multiple people that will talk to you about regrets in a way that will pierce your soul in a way that you've never felt before, because they're actually in that place where time has run out. And it will make you go back home and start cooking for the first time, starting a video, running. Like, you'll start doing shit that you've been pondering for the last decade after 1 hour of giving back.
See, the greatest lie that you have believed far too long is that you have time, that there is a tomorrow, that you can drag your feet and you can crawl. You can't crawl towards some dreams. You can't walk towards some dreams. Some dreams you gotta run toward. You gotta run, baby. Run like there's no tomorrow. Run like you know you deserve it. Run like you know that there is nobody else that can attain it.
You've got this great line where you say, so many people are obsessed with how to live longer instead of how to live better.
Yeah.
How do you come to think about that?
I'm for it. The longevity. I'm for it. But in the pursuit of it, are we measuring quality of life along the way? Some people aren't. And I personally don't want to have the highest number, but then go, oh, that wasn't any fun, or I didn't enjoy that, or that sucked. I'm just trying to remind everyone that, just like in business, when I say success without the profit, we have plenty of people that succeed. If you got the most money, the most toys, you succeed. And we talked about those people earlier that have, at the end of the day, have problems with relationships, or they can't sleep, whatever. They didn't profit. They're not profiting with their success. Profit measures quality with the quantity. So I'm saying real success is when you have profit. Well, really great longevity would be for those quality years. Quality time left in this life.
They say time is what we want most, but what we use worst. And I'm just here to tell somebody, get that urgency back. Somebody step back into the place of action. Somebody step back into the place of faith and determination. Somebody get back into that space, that mindset, that mentality that says tomorrow is not promised. That just because somebody else lived to see 70 doesn't mean I'm gonna live to see 70. And so every single day of my life, I'm gonna give it everything I have. I'm gonna love like there's no tomorrow. I'm going to forgive like there's no tomorrow. I'm gonna let go. I'm going to perform. I'm going to forgive. I'm going to love. I'm gonna try again like there is no tomorrow. Like this is my only opportunity.
At some point, you have to get off the hamster wheel of production. Because your life, the quality of your life, the quality of your relationships, the quality of your experience of being a human being is worth more than a dollar amount. Yes? Yes. So how do we do that? By first of all, beginning to understand and realize that from the moment we were born, we have been conditioned to function in a way that is limited in this world. You waste so much of your life trying to focus on the mechanics of being you that you're not being you. You're so distracted by all the noise that everyone else is doing that you're not focusing on the one thing that has the capacity to transform your experience, which is finally having the courage to be you. So I'm here to say to you that you can have everything in the world, but if you don't have a knowledge and an understanding of who you are, then you have nothing at all. Then you have nothing at all. So how do we begin to cultivate this sense of being enough? Because we can't get there through society's conditioned metric of how we're supposed to be and who we're supposed to be. At some point, we have to revert to who we naturally are. Because it's in coming back to who we naturally are and aligning with life in the way in which it's unfolding that we can begin to find a sense of sustainability.
And sometimes we can get wrapped up in that human condition that says, man, I don't have what it takes. I don't know how to navigate the terrain. I'm so broken. I'm so tired. I'm so blinded. I'm so buried under the misery of my past and the mistakes that I made. And we're waiting for these perfect conditions, and we keep thinking that perfect is coming tomorrow. And so number one, stop waiting until the conditions are perfect. If you're going to step into the power of the present, if you're going to seize the opportunity, then one of the things you're going to have to stop doing is overthinking. You're not going to feel the process all the time. You're not going to see it. Some days you're not going to want to write about it. You're not going to want to talk about it. You're not going to want to think about it. You're going to have migraines thinking about the sacrifices that are required to get to this next level, but just don't stop. I'm living like it's my last. I'm putting it all on the table. I'm giving this thing everything I had. Like I know there is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
In life, you find what you're looking for. If you are looking for negativity and pain, you will find it. And if you are looking for joy and happiness, you will find it. You find what you're looking for. I am completely driven by gratitude. Every true day that I don't get a text or phone call that somebody I love died or has terminal illness, I'm fucking pumped. But you don't get it, Gary. I've lost my whole life. And just because you've been losing doesn't mean you can't win. I call it the Monday Night Miracle thesis. Is when the New York Jets were losing to the Miami Dolphins on Monday Night Football 30-7 with like 10 minutes left in the game and came all the way back and won. Just because you've sucked at life and you're like, it's not true, I'm not awesome, I've lost at everything. Drug abuse, lost my loved one, like losing, like by how we would all consider it. I literally believe that you can win, and many have. Like if yesterday was a bad day, if yesterday you were like, I blew this whole year, I blew my whole life, it really doesn't matter. Today's always day one. Today's day one, y'all. There's a reason that people that were deeply alcoholic have been able to be sober the rest of their lives after going through a process. There's a reason that therapy is profound. There's a reason that meditation is profound. There's a reason that exercise is profound. When you change your behavior, good shit happens. When you deploy love, not hate. So many have poison in their soul, they gotta get it out. Are you in a place where you are ready to actually shift and execute on why you're here? And most importantly, finally cutting out the cancer of insecurity out of your body on the things that have always been there by shedding light. Love yourself is real. The problem is people don't love themselves because it was put into their brain that their worth is based on things that are very surface level. You listen to someone that was broken to tell you you're not awesome when you're fucking awesome. Someone put that in your head. I'm looking to take it out of your fucking head. If you've decided I can't because I was unlucky, my mom this, my dad this, my country this, my gender that, my income level this, well then it's over. Doesn't matter what I think, you think, anyone else thinks, it's over. I just refuse to talk to another human being and believe that to be true because there's been billions of examples of the alternative. Just really happy though, all in all, because as long as my parents and anybody I care about is healthy, then life is good.